Hi, I'm Jackie from Essential Yoga. I made this video for over 75s. It's very gentle yoga exercises. It'll also work well if you just prefer gentle yoga or if you have an injury, you're a beginner, or you're recovering from an illness. So enjoy it. Please subscribe and please think about becoming a patron so you'll get extra bonus content and be committed to these videos every week. Turn your phone on silent and make sure you have a nice chair, and a wall it might be helpful too. So this is yoga, very gentle yoga, specifically for over 75s or over 80s. But you might like gentle yoga. You might be 50 and just like gentle yoga. Maybe you have an injury. So enjoy this. Grounded through your feet. Try to keep your feet hip width. Feel stable and try to spread your toes. Bare feet are nice for that. And then we'll do gentle releasing the spine. Turn the shoulders in and turn the shoulders out. And you're slightly rounding. Squeeze your belly and slightly arching. Lift your chest there. So squeeze your belly in your chest and then try to squeeze your shoulder blades into your spine. So going like that. And this gently stimulates blood flow to the brain. Really good for your spine. It's spinal flexion and spinal extension. It's good to do this every day and little bits throughout the day. Trying to keep that blood flow to the brain not getting stagnant. We sit too much. So this is very good for our brain as well as our spine and our shoulders. Okay, so the next one is the side to side, or it's called lateral flexion. So reach one arm up, upper arm towards the ear, and then reach the other arm up. Bend your knees a little bit, squeeze your belly a little bit. Make sure you're not arching. Have someone check you that you're not doing it like that. I do see people doing it like that, which could strain your lower back. So make sure you're like this, not like this. So you feel your rib cage is balanced over your pelvis, your hips over your heels. Try to get that equal weight through your feet. And don't let those muscles get too stiff, the side or the lateral muscles, because then it stiffens your whole spine as well as your shoulders, as well as your breathing. Next one is spinal rotation. Bend your knees a bit and reach one arm across as you're trying to turn towards the wall behind you. But you're trying to keep your legs quite stable. Your hips can turn a bit. But to get the stiff thoracic spine, it's quite good to keep the hips facing quite straight ahead. I find that gets my thoracic spine a bit more. I mean, you can turn your hips as well. Trying to make it feel quite good. I quite like doing it like this with nice floppy arms. So it's a bit of a twist through the spine and it just loosens up a little bit around the spine. So you can experiment with different ways of rotating your spine. And now just aware of your posture, and generally what people do, the worst thing is the head forward posture. So what you need to do is lift the chest, but don't jut out your lower front ribs. Always the equal weight in the feet. And your pelvis not like this, that's an anterior tilt, or not like this, that's a posterior tilt. So try to find your neutral pelvis and your shoulders slightly pulled back, but don't jut out those lower ribs because that will stiffen your lower back or your middle back. And the head, usually it's here, you just need to take it back. But if you lift your chest, your head will tend towards being back a little bit more. And also don't look down. So a lot of people look down at the floor. Try to have a horizontal gaze. So just aware of your posture more in your day will be very good for slowing down aging in your spine. And we're going to do one of the best exercises for improving posture or preventing rounded posture. It's called elbows in back pockets. So imagine you've got back pockets and you're trying to put your elbows into your back pockets and release. Try to put your elbows into your back pockets. And at the same time as you do that, also squeeze your lower front ribs in and take your head back. Because I see people doing it like this, jutting out your lower ribs and jutting out your chin. So what you need to do is try to put elbows in back pockets. It's quite hard, it's quite tricky to do all these things. Elbows in back pockets, lower ribs in and head back. And the tops of the shoulders down, which will happen if you're literally trying to put your elbows down and back. So elbows down and back. And I want you to feel the muscles here in between the shoulder blades. This is just the best exercise for improving or preventing that rounded shoulder forward head posture. But don't forget, squeeze the lower ribs in, because then you're less likely to go into, over tensing your lower back or your middle back. And so weave this into your day, especially if you're sitting at the desk a lot or sitting too much or driving or at the computer. Okay, and then back to good posture. Now we're going to stimulate the blood flow and work into our leg strength a little bit. So bend your knees and then heels come up. Now if you don't have your balance here, what you can do is have your hands on the chair or the wall. So you bend your knees and then heels up and heels down. So maybe you don't need the chair yet, maybe you don't need the chair or the wall because you feel like it's easy for you in the middle of the room. But if you're new to this and you feel a little bit unstable, it's nice to start with hands on the wall or the chair, and then you can really coordinate that alignment, equal weight in the right and left. This is really good because what it's doing is contracting the calf muscle and then lengthening, and that really pushes that sort of. So when you contract the calf, it pushes the blood flow away towards the brain. And then when you stretch the calf, pulls blood flow towards the legs. So you're really stimulating blood flow here. So it's really good contracting and then releasing the calf. It's like going for a walk. I mean, going for a walk is the best thing ever for your brain, for your body, for your health. It's the king of exercise. So lots of walking, but if you're not going for a walk, do a little bit more of this throughout the day to stimulate that blood flow. That's great. And now we're going to practice balancing, so important. So you might need the wall or the chair there. And then just lift one foot off the floor. And if that's easy for you, then you can straighten out the leg, or you can lean to the side. You can take the leg back behind you. You can reach your arms towards the ceiling. So you can make it a little bit more challenging if you need. But otherwise, just have one hand close to the wall or the chair. Don't totally rely on it. Try to use your muscles a bit more. And then the other leg, balancing on one leg. And also as you do this, make sure your shoulders haven't come up and your head's not forward. So don't look at the floor, look at the wall in front of you. Keep those shoulders down. Keep the breath flowing. Maybe you make it more challenging. So really important to work on balance. And we'll do two more. exercises and a little bit of a breathing practice. So this one's really good. You put your hands on the chair or the wall, or you might see I've got a window ledge here. It works well. Or maybe the kitchen bench or the back of your couch if you're watching your TV here. So see how I'm really lengthening my spine, and my feet are hip width parallel. I'm trying to get my chest towards the floor, but then don't jut out the lower ribs too much. And then try and get the crown of the head forward and the tailbone back. And you can little wag the tail or wriggle the hips and get a little bit more length through your spine. Really good for your lower back, this one. Try to weave this into your day as well, along with the elbows in back pockets. This is really good for preventing rounded spine. Should feel it a bit in the chest. Yeah, so this at the kitchen bench is a great one, or a chair, or a dining room table, or the wall, or the window ledge, or the balcony railing. Oh, it's so good, that one. Roll the shoulders one way, roll the shoulders the other way. Okay, and then the last exercise, you can lie on your back on the floor, or you can sit. You can lie in bed, you can lie on the couch, you can sit on a chair. It's a little breathing practice and a little meditation. So I'm going to sit today. You can sit cross-legged on the floor. You can lie on your back. You can sit in the chair. And if you're sitting on the chair like me, make sure you're not sitting like this. So I'm going to sit just on the edge of the chair and pull my sitting bones back. So that's anterior tilting my pelvis a bit. And then I can sit back a bit and I'll be less likely to be slumped. So keep a bit of lift through the spine, and then your head, don't let it be forward. Feel like your head is a helium balloon pulling up and your shoulders are down. And then we're going to work on slow, deep breathing. So I'll give you the bad news. As you get older, it's not just your body that gets stiffer, also your breath. So shallower, stiffer breathing as you get older is what happens with most people naturally. But if you value health, work on slow, deep breathing most days, and you can slow down aging and prevent getting stiffer, shallower breathing. So let's try one hand on your belly, one hand on your chest. Breathe into your belly first, in through the nose, and then into your chest. So deeper than normal breath. Really fill up your chest in all directions. And then breathe out slowly, out through your nose as well. Slowly as you can. So if you're new to this, maybe just 4 counts in is a good start. Breathe in, belly, then the chest. So you're breathing into your diaphragm, lower into the lungs, and fill up in all directions your chest, side to side, back to front, bottom to top. Don't tense the neck. Keep the head in the right place and slowly breathe out. So if you breathe in for 4, try breathing out for 4, maybe even 5, maybe even 6. It's very calming to slow down your exhalation. If you can, try 5 or 6 counts in and out, which is a deeper than normal breath. And good times to practice slow, deep breathing. I think first thing in the morning. It's a great way to start the day. And it's also a great way just before you go to sleep. Great way to finish the day. So you can do it in bed and at any point in the day when you feel anxious, irritable, when you feel like your blood pressure, your heart rate's up, or your monkey mind, you're thinking too much. One more deep breath in and out. Slow and deep. And focused and controlled and conscious. And it will have an effect on your brain, on your physiology, on your cardiovascular system, your blood chemistry, your gut, your immune system. And then just sit for another minute or lie and just be focused on your body right now, on your breath, just noticing. It's like giving yourself attention and accepting what's there physically, mentally and emotionally. Face softer. So giving yourself attention or care, or even giving yourself love. If that's a bit strange for you, at least say to yourself, hello, I accept you. Say to yourself, I care, your body, your cells, you're doing your best. And the purpose of yoga is actually to go somewhere deeper than the brain and the body. And the deeper part, or our inner nature, is love and peace and deep acceptance. We're trying to go to that deeper place that's always there as much as we can. If you'd like to stay for longer, that's fine. Otherwise, if you're on your back, hug your knees in and roll to your side. If you're on the chair, slowly stand up when you're ready. And I hope you can subscribe, and I hope you can also consider becoming a patron for as little as $3 Australian a month, because then you're committed to these videos and I'll give you bonus content of my live classes as well. Have a great day.